Hey, Rich Eisen comes out with power rankings.
Yeah.
His way too early NFL power rankings for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And want to get your guesses as to where the Commanders might fall according to Rich Eisen before we play the audio. So just to give you some of the teams that are on the list, here's his final 10. All right, he has the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. In the AFC, he has a bunch of teams that are always considered to be contenders, like the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills. In the NFC, he's got, the teams that from the NFC North that were good, the Vikings, the Lions. He's got the Rams in there. He's got the Buccaneers in there. And did I miss anybody? And he's got the Broncos in there as well. So that's kind of the 10 teams. If you include the Commanders, the spoilers, they are in the top 10. Do you guys want to guess?
I already know the answer. I can't guess.
I already know where.
Yeah,
you already know.
Number 5.
All right, you think they're number 5. All right, I'll start from 10.
All right.
Number 10 in Rich Eisen's way too early 2025 NFL Power Rankings. It's a team that the Commanders faced in the playoffs, beat them in the first round, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The problem is I don't know what a lot of these teams have done in the offseason, to be honest with you, unless it's like a major move. Have they had any
big moves by the Bucs?
They drafted another receiver.
They drafted Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, but like an offseason, did they lose any key guy? I just don't know.
They re-upped Chris Godwin, so they keep their offense pretty much intact.
All right, go to number 9.
Number 9, another team that the Commanders beat in their playoff run,
but
the
they're
Detroit
really good.
Lions.
Now they're really good. Now their challenge would be from afar is that they're getting new coordinators on both sides, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Now what about personnel wise? Didn't they lose a guy or two?
Trying to think who departed
did they lose
from
a
Detroit.
running back? No,
Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery are both still there. Obviously, Goff's still there. Jamison Williams emerging at wide.
They added DJ Reed, a corner from the Jets.
Mm-hmm. All right, so personnel-wise, they're relatively intact.
And they lost a guard in Jonah Jackson. They lost their safety, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They lost the linebacker, Anthony Pittman. I mean, all these teams are going to have additions.
Yeah, but those don't sound like major losses.
They're going to have Hutch back. He missed most of last year.
And their top pick in the draft was a nose tackle.
My blink is the Lions probably deserve to be a little higher. But go ahead.
Number 8. They've got the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy recently said that he's ready to be the starter. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
Can't remember the exact verbiage that was used, but they have the Vikings.
I've got a good tingle about J.J. McCarthy. Kind of like I did about Sam Darnold.
Just because anybody throwing those receivers is going to put up big numbers. That's your basic philosophy.
I think I'm willing to wager on him if I have takers.
And remember, they drafted Ty Felton, too.
They did draft Ty Felton.
Maryland
guy. If J.J. McCarthy, I'm declaring this now. Put this in the book. If J.J. McCarthy starts 15 or more games, he will throw 27 plus touchdowns.
I'll take the under.
I'll take
but he has to start
15
though.
15 games.
He's going for basically 2 touchdowns a game.
That's only like 1.75 a game. It's not an
outrageous. But what Jaden finished with this year?
About that number.
About that 26 maybe?
I feel like it was about that number.
But J.J. McCarthy's not going to be running any in. So he's going to be throwing them in for the most part.
Maybe
I'm not counting rushing touchdowns, throwing touchdowns.
The problem is the game caveat ruins the bet. Because,
how does it ruin it?
Well, because if he goes out there and plays
protection.
I know it's smart for you, but for our money, to get my money, it ruins the bet.
Well,
because
you don't have to take it.
If he only plays 8 games and it gets benched,
it doesn't count.
Yeah, I lose, even though I was in the. Well, not lose.
Right, so JD's in. If anybody else wants
it's a voided bet.
That bet is available.
Jaden had 30 in 20 games, like when you include the postseason.
Yeah. What do you have in the regular season?
So let me
25,
it out
24, maybe 20, maybe 26.
Shouldn't be that hard to find how many he had in the regular season.
Yeah, I went to one which included the postseason.
Weird rabbit hole. All right,
he had 5. He had 25.
25.
Right. 25. Yeah, I feel good about that bet. So $2 bet.
All right. go to number 8.
12 cents a week.
No, number 8's the Vikings. I don't think they're certainly not going to duplicate their regular season record of 14-3.
No chance.
No, I don't think that happens.
Yeah.
But they could win 9 or 10 games and be in playoff contention.
They did add a lot of pieces in free agency, though.
Right. Number 7 seems to be an aggressive pick. It's got the Denver Broncos number 7.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when I saw
It's a
that.
little
When Bo
high.
Nix came on late in the season, they add R.J. Harvey as their main running back in the draft.
They added Evan Ingram as the tight end.
Kind
Go
of
ahead.
forgot about him.
Still haven't said the Skins.
Have not said
They got
the
Dre
Commanders.
Greenlaw for my Niners.
Mhm.
Number 6, one of the perennial favorites in the AFC. They were in the championship game again, and he came up short again.
Mhm.
Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
I probably
Number
have him a
6.
tick or two higher. Probably have a tick or two higher.
Their GM got into it. Was it with fans about not drafting a wide
Is
receiver?
it Brandon Bean?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so the Bills are 6.
Yes. Who they faced in the AFC Championship game? You want the top 5 here?
Yeah.
Cakes predicts the
Still
Commanders
hasn't said the Skins.
are in the
5.
top 5. You know it. He
All right,
knows
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
At number 5, they have the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, Commanders ranked ahead of the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love that.
Might be a little low for them just because they're always there.
Mm-hmm.
They just always find a way. Extremely well coached.
Finished 15-2 last year.
Arguably the best quarterback.
We're back in the Super Bowl. At number 4, they have an NFC team.
Number 4, NFC team.
It's a little too high.
Not the Commanders. Who's the NFC team? Not the Packers. That seems very aggressive.
Rams.
They have the LA Rams.
Ooh.
That's a little high.
Stafford's going to have
It's got Devontae's.
Devontae Adams to throw to now with Puka Nacua.
He's kind of mediocre-ish now. Devontae Adams.
Maybe not as
He's
proud.
still produced.
Still got a little left in the tank.
All right.
He's still produced. So
They
the
didn't have a lot of
Commanders still
draft
haven't been
picks.
named. At number 3, they have the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh,
I feel like they're
Rich Eisen likes
perennial
the Commanders
contenders.
better than the Ravens.
I feel like they're perennial contenders. I can't argue with it.
Which
They might
leaves
disappoint me every year in the
the
postseason.
Philadelphia Eagles
And
and the Washington Commanders
well,
There's no way you can have the Commanders ahead of the Eagles. It's
coming
not
in
possible.
at number 2.
After they just smoked.
Rich Eisen's way too early 2025 NFL Power Rankings. He has the Washington Commanders.
Just a little bit.
Number
It's got
2
him
on
ahead
the
of the
list,
Ravens.
up one spot to cause the Ravens to go down. One is the Commanders. Oh, wait. Tunsil and Debo before anything else. And they just they see the unicorn and they say, we're not only going to protect them, we're going to give them another weapon. And they drafted Josh Carnerly out of Oregon to be the right tackle to Tunsil's left tackle. The Commanders, man. And number 1 is still the Eagles. No change there.
I think it's a little aggressive. I love the optimism. I hope he's right. Every year we have outliers or teams that would, over the last decade that have picked us. Who's the guy from ESPN one year? I think Eisen did one year.
I think
but also
I feel like Eisen.
Greenberg. Might have been Greenberg.
Greenberg hyped us up one year, and I
Now,
think
remember,
even-
EB had the medley. It was a
Yeah.
lot of preseason hype.
yeah.
It was a medley.
Even Lewis
of
Riddick, I think, was
Riddick
high
Lewis
on
Riddick
us.
was one.
But
It
I
was
feel
like,
like Eisen always likes them.
Yeah, God bless him.
they were. I think it might have been the Carson Wentz year. Even it was a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of preseason hype.
I feel like this is almost too. Like I like.
I've seen a counter.
Yeah, it's
ESPN
too much.
I don't know the guy's name. He's
Too much
the betting
pressure.
analyst that's on there all the time. And their betting analyst, they had him on, and they were going through over-unders for teams. And I want to say the over-under on the Commanders was something like 9.5 wins,
Whoa.
and he had it under.
Ooh,
Really?
has him taking a step back.
What's the name
What
of
was
this
it?
guy? He's like a
more
slicky
difficult.
boy.
What was his rationale?
I smell a
I didn't hear it.
schedule. We got to do it post-draft, post-free
Yes, in 2
agency.
Well, the
weeks.
schedule release is in
May
12
14th.
days.
Oh, all right, but we could do it before. Can we do one before, though?
Sure.
We're going to do a mock schedule.
No,
like
no,
Kevin
not a
Sheehan.
no. I just want to look at the opponents. I don't care when they play. That's almost
Oh,
trivial
I
to
care
me.
about it. I
It's-
care about it deeply.
That's trivial to me. It doesn't affect my record.
Are we going to do the?
There's no way you could switch up the order, and I'm going to change. I'm just going to base it on my opponent.
Well,
Not when they
we've
play.
known the opponents for months.
Right.
Yeah.
But we didn't know who we picked up in free agency, and we
Mhm.
didn't know who they drafted.
Yeah.
I can make
True.
the argument we need to go through it again.
I need to
Why
see.
are you looking at me like
I
that?
need to see where and when they play to make picks for
We're so close to the schedule
dubs
release.
and losses.
Might as well just wait.
Yeah, I think
Draft
you can
saying
wait.
keep it in our pants.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I agree with them.
Can we do the pool we did last year? Then where I gave points to where you landed in the schedule if you picked it correctly.
I didn't like that pool.
Why not?
I like almost every pool,
Hey,
but
You didn't like that?
It was so
I'll do it.
absurd.
I like betting.
But if you want to
I
do
like
it, look,
throwing my money in the middle and hoping I get some. And I
mean,
take it back.
I think we put up $5 from Ann or
yeah,
something.
it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, just
All right,
ship
you just
it.
tell me, and I'll
I'm in.
do it.
I'm in.
I don't know if you guys want to do it.
I want to hear from people. Commanders fans, do you think this is too high, or are you as optimistic as Rich Eisen, who has the Commanders as the number 2 team in the NFL in his rankings? 800-636-1067. We'll tackle that next here on the Junkies.